Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to make this fourth layout. So let's get started with that. So let me just come back to Visual Studio Code and let me make a file. Let me name it as layout 4.html. And for that, I'm going to make one CSS file let me keep it as layout 4.css. Now inside the layout.html, let's use shift not symbol emit option and write the code like this. And first let's come to the head tag and link our CSS file inside that. So our CSS file name is layout4.css. So our CSS file is successfully linked to our HTML page. Now, as I'm seeing in this layout, okay, we have this is a whole second row which has a lot of child components like this, and we have third row and we have fourth row. Okay, and here we have one and two. Okay, only two columns are there in this one, and here in second one we have four columns and four rows, and third row, okay, we have like three columns, and this is the final footer. So let's design the parent element which has these first four rows, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let's come inside and first let's make the parent element. So dot parent. Okay, it is going to give me a division. Okay, in this one I'm going to make four child elements. So main four child elements. So first of all, let me say child. Okay, then again dot child hyphen dollar symbol into 4. Okay, it is going to give me four child elements. Okay, so let this one be header for time being, and inside this one, or let's do like this. Okay, so let me just keep it as header for time being. Okay, so this is the second one, okay, which has all the square boxes, and this is the third one, okay, which has the three child elements, and finally the footer section. So we have these three like this. Okay, now let's come to the CSS and let me just split the screen like this. Okay, here on the left side, I will be able to see my HTML code and here CSS code. Okay, right now. And first of all, let us open this with live server and check how our website is looking right now. So this is our website and we have the header, second section, the third one and the footer. So let's come to our CSS code and say first, I'm going to make the parent. Okay, only like 90% of the screen width colon 90%, and let us give border first. Border 1 pixel solid black. Okay, we are going to remove the border at the last. Okay, so let us come here. So we have our body right now and it is like only 90% of the width of the entire screen, and this is the 10%. Okay, so let me just adjust the margin so that on the left and right side it adjusts automatically. So let me come to the CSS file and say margin colon 0 from top and bottom and auto from left and right. Okay, if I do this, okay, it's going to be exactly in the center of the page. Okay, see, left side and right side, it has automatically adjusted the margins. Okay, so now let me just minimize the screen so that we can see the entire code like this, and this also let me reduce it like this, and we'll get rid of this project menu. Okay, and let's make this thing as much as smaller as possible, so like this. Okay, so this is our HTML code right now, and we have our CSS code like this. Okay, let me just increase the font size a little bit so that it is much clearer. Okay, so we have our four child elements like this. Okay, now let's come and first let's say all the child elements. All the child elements, so let's give the background color. Background color. Let me give it as orange. And all the child elements, so let us give some border as well. Border of 1 pixel solid, and let's say black color itself. Okay, so we have our four elements like this. Now let's come to the parent element and say display. Okay, I think yes. Okay, as grid. Okay, and since we have only like 4 columns, okay, sorry, 4 rows, okay, and here all we have to decide is like how much should be the width of each row. That's it. Okay, we have 4 rows like this. Okay, and all the contents are right now coming in that particular format itself. Okay, but let me display, or let me say grid hyphen template. Okay, 4 rows are there. Okay, and depending upon the size, let's say I make let me just minimize this one, and let's go to that particular one. Yeah, this is the one. Okay, so as you can see, this I can keep uh, two fractional units. This has one fractional unit because this is the smallest one. Okay, and this one size, it should increase automatically. Okay, and this one also will keep according to the size of these 3 boxes. So first what I'm going to do, I'm going to say 2 FR, 2 fractional units. Okay, and this one size, the second one, okay, which has all the child components like this, auto. And for the box one, okay, let's say 3 fractional units. Okay, and the last one fractional unit. Okay, so this is going to be the height. Okay, this is going to be the height of each and every component which we are trying to do right now. Okay, this is 2 fractional unit, this is one auto. See, the second one is like auto, so right now we have not filled the contents up, so that's why it is coming like this in smaller. And this is the third one, which is 3 times the size of the footer. Again, 3 FR, 3 fractional units. So I guess this should do it for time being. Okay, now what I'm going to do is inside the header. Okay, inside the header. Okay, let me just do that thing. See guys, inside the header. Okay, I'm going to remove the header from there, and I'm going to make 2 child components. One is the logo and another one is the navigation. So I'm going to say dot logo, or you can say like this. Uh, I want to have a class name called as logo. Okay, this is the division which will be having that logo section. Okay, and we will have one more division, dot navigation. Okay, and inside let me write navigation. So let me save it, and as you can see we have those two in the first child component. Okay, now let's come to the CSS and make it as a grid system. So let's come here and say dot child hyphen one. Okay, I want to display as grid, which will be having only 2 columns. So grid hyphen template. Okay, columns. Okay, not rows, columns. Okay, I want 2 of them of same unit, so I can use like this, repeat 2 comma 1 fractional unit, so it becomes exactly half the size, and it becomes like this. And I will just use the text alignment property right now, just to make it exactly come in the center. Okay, so as you can see, so right now the logo as well as the navigation, it's exactly in the center. And if you want, for time being, we can display the grid gap. Okay, grid hyphen gap. Okay, let's say 10 pixels, and there will be gap over there. And since the background is orange, okay, so we are not able to get that property right now. Or what we can do is, instead of having some other color, uh, child one, okay, child one, or one second, we will do like this. Okay, we'll target the individual class name. Okay, dot logo is there. Okay, that may have this background color. Okay, let's say white. Okay, and same thing I'll do for navigation as well. Okay, dot comma navigation. Let's save it, and as you can see right now there is a 10 pixels of gap. Okay, so this is how we have placed the logo as well as the navigation right now. Okay, now let's come to the third section. Okay, third section has only 3 boxes, so let us do that first. Okay, and let me come to our HTML code. Okay, and where 3 is written, I'm just simply going to remove this. Okay, I want uh, 3 boxes over there. Okay, so let me say like this: dot box, then again dot box hyphen dollar symbol into 3. Okay, so it is going to give me 3 divisions. So let me say box 1 over here, box 2, as well as box 3. Okay, so let me just save it, and as you can see, we have 3 boxes here right now. Okay, now let's come to our CSS code. So let me just grab like this. Okay, and let's say once again, what is the class name? I think 3, child 3. Okay, so let me say dot child hyphen 3 current close, and I'm going to say display grid hyphen template hyphen columns. Okay, columns, I want 3 of them of same size. So I want to say repeat 3 of one fractional unit. Okay, and as you can see right now, it has taken up the entire boxes like this. And let me just make the text alignment in the center. So let me save it, and as you can see, all the 3 boxes are exactly in the center. Okay, and now we will say that grade hyphen template hyphen rows. Okay, rows is like only one fractional unit because we want only one row. Okay, and grid gap. Okay, grid hyphen gap. Okay, of 10 pixels. 10 pixels like this. And let's do one more thing. All the box 1, box 2, and box 3. Okay, I'm going to keep dot box is the common class name. Okay, I'm going to keep borders for everyone. Okay, all the 3 boxes. So border, okay, 1 pixel solid, and let's say gray. Okay, we are going to be having gray color of border. Okay, so as you can see, we have gray color border right now. And so I guess this much should be enough for time being. And now let's come to the second section. Okay, let's come to the second section right now. Okay, and I think everything else is fine. Only thing left is this second box. Okay, so the second row, which is having almost like 16 child elements. So let's come to our HTML code right now. So let me just close this one and show the entire code like this. Okay, so this is the child element. Okay, so this is the child element which will be having 16 child elements. Okay, so let me come inside that box and say dot. Okay, let me keep it as a small box. Okay, let me keep it a small box. That is going to be the common name for all the 16 boxes. And then again dot small box hyphen 1, sorry hyphen dollar symbol, okay, into 16 like this. Okay, and let's just simply put numbers inside that: 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Oh, not here. Okay, but here 10. Okay, then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so we have totally 16 child elements right now. Okay, now let's come to the layout 4.css, and here, okay, this is the child 2. So first let me grab this okay, and let's come here in the CSS file, and let's say dot child 2 and say display grid. Okay, nothing is going to happen because we have not mentioned the rows and columns. So grid hyphen template columns. Okay, I want to repeat, okay, 4 times of same fractional unit. So one fractional unit, it has to be same. Okay, and as same way, I'm going to display the number of rows by using grid template hyphen rows and say repeat. Okay, all 4 of them with same fraction like this. Okay, so let me save it, and as you can see, we have got that particular element. Okay, and dot small box is a common class name for all the 16 elements. And let's say background color. Okay, background color for time being, I'll keep it as red color. Okay, just to distinguish them in a different color or something. And let's just give border also as well. Border, okay, 1 pixel, solid, let's say white, like this. Okay, so we have perfect alignment of all the 16 elements like that. Okay, and then I want to say grid hyphen gap. Okay, all column wise as well as row wise. Let's say 20 pixels for time being. Okay, so we have our element like this. And first, let's do one thing. Let's remove. Okay, let's just say here the main parent. Okay, main parent doesn't have any grid gap, so let me use that. Okay, grid hyphen gap. Let's say 20 pixels. Okay, let's say 20 pixels, and we have our grid gaps like this. And let's do one thing, that let us remove the background color of all the child properties. Okay, so we have removed like this, and individual. Okay, individual code. So I think background white for the logo and navigation is not required anymore, because everything is right now white itself. Okay, and let's just say, so we have our child 3 which has these 3 boxes. Okay, and child 3 display done, and all of them have border of gray color. Okay, all the 3 boxes have borders of gray color, and we have our footer. And let's come to these child elements right now. Okay, and now what we need to do is, we have, if you want, instead of 1, okay, instead of giving here as 1, okay, let's give some actual contents. Okay, let's give some actual contents. Let me type a paragraph using the p tag, and let me save it. Okay, so as you can see, okay, since we have given as one fractional unit, means if any one content changes, okay, the other contents also will remain exactly the same for that particular element. So this is the whole width of this website right now. And if I decrease the screen size, it is going to become like this. Okay, and as well as, okay, as well as, let me uh, do one more thing. Okay, that is, first of all, let me open up development tools like this. Let me come to the console. Okay, you just have to hit F12 if you're using a desktop, or if you're on a laptop, you have to use a function and F12. Okay, you are going to come to the screen and click on this first option. Okay, so this is going to give you this responsive dimensions. Okay, see right now, whatever the width of this one is, it is going to be displaying here width and height. Okay, so it is going to change like this, and you will be able to see how exactly your website or app is going to look like right now. And let me just grab this, scroll down, and as you can see, the boxes also are shrinking like this. Okay, and let me just grab this and make it a little bit bigger like this. Okay, and see guys, up till like 1,000 pixels of width. Okay, up till 1,000 pixels of width, I guess this is okay. Okay, but as soon as it becomes like less than 1,000 pixels, okay, the height is increasing, and everything is getting shrinked. So what we are going to do is, we are going to write a command saying that if the width becomes less than 1,000 pixels, okay, these three, okay, these three should take up the entire column. Okay, not 4. And then again, when it comes this close, okay, there should be only like 2 columns, not 4. And then again, when it comes like this, okay, if it becomes less than 500 or 400, you can set it as only one column should be seen to us. Okay, like this we have to apply. Okay, and at the 1000, okay, see this is the 1000 level mark. Okay, and just when it comes like this, okay, maybe you can make these three boxes into two boxes, means two columns. And then if it still reduces like this, okay, we can make one whole box take up the entire column. Okay, so these are the changes which we'll be doing inside this application right now. Okay, now let's come to our Visual Studio Code and let's do exactly that itself. So let me just close this console window that is not required anymore, and let's come to our CSS layout right now. Okay, so we have our H1, sorry, we have our first child element, that is a small box, and we have given a particular paragraph. Okay, and as the contents are changing, the height and width of that particular element also gets changed accordingly. So now let's come to our layout 4.css code. Okay, now let me write @media screen and say, and okay, here we will have to mention the width. Okay, max hyphen width width. Okay, see, up until 1000 pixels. Okay, it's going to look like the design whatever we have designed for right now. Okay, so this is going to be the absolute design. Okay, the desktop view of this particular application is going to be looking like this up until 1000 pixels. Okay, like this up until 1000 pixels, it is going to look like this itself. Okay, now what I'm going to say is, if it becomes less than 1000 pixels, okay, what should happen to the entire grid system? Okay, so the parent, okay, the parent right now is like only one column and four rows. Okay, so we are not going to touch that. Okay, now let's come to the child 2, which has these four rows and four columns. Okay, so what should happen to this one? Now let me just grab this whole code. Okay, write it here in between the media tag. Okay, and I say that only three columns. Okay, I want three columns. Okay, and since I have to store like 16 elements, okay, row wise, I'll simply make this as 6. So, and let me save it, and let's let's see. Okay, so up until 1000 pixels, it is going to still look like this itself. And as soon as I cross the 1000, okay, as soon as it becomes less than 1000, so as you can see right now, we have got only three columns instead of four. Okay, and we have one 16th element over here. Okay, here we have 17 and 18 if there is any other elements like that. Okay, now this is up until 1000 pixels. Okay, now let us make it much more smaller. Okay, let's say if it becomes less than 600 or something. Okay, and this whole code, okay, let me grab this whole code, code like this, and let me paste it over here. And instead of saying 1000 pixels, okay, let me make it as 7. Okay, maybe 700 or 600, let's make it 600, or let it be 7 itself right now. Okay, then what should happen is it should become two columns. Okay, it should become two columns right now, and I want like totally 8, 2 8s are 16. Okay, 2 8s are 16, and these many rows and columns it is going to make like this. Okay, and right now, see guys, I have not touched these three boxes yet. Okay, I have not touched these three boxes yet. Okay, so let's come back and increase the screen size where it becomes three columns right now. Okay, and what I can say is, see, for these three boxes, okay, for these three boxes, let me go to that particular this thing, and okay, these three boxes, okay, that is child 3. Okay, so let me grab that. Okay, class name, let's come to our CSS file. Okay, and here, okay, here when it is less than 1000 pixels, okay, what exactly should happen? So let me grab that values from here. Okay, so this is that child element. Okay, child hyphen 3, and let me put it over here, and I will say we should have two rows. Okay, as soon as it becomes less than 1000 pixels, okay, it should have only two rows, and along with that I'll have two, sorry, two columns and two rows. Okay, so let me just grab this and paste it over here, and let's say here like this 2. okay, 2 of same length. So let me just save this one. Okay, let me come to the website and show you that here you have your box 1, box 2 and box 3. Okay, 2 rows and 2 columns. Okay, and the same thing. Okay, same thing. And here let me just increase the grid gap, okay, to 20 pixels. And here, okay, so here we have that particular element, okay, that particular element like this. Okay, and let me just grab this whole code, and I will say if it becomes less than 700 pixels, okay, then we should have only one column. Okay, one column which takes up the entire column itself, so only one FR, and we should have 3 columns. Okay, we should have 3 columns of size auto like this. Okay, and automatically it is going to take whatever the size it is going to take. Okay, so right now we have let me just save this one. And now, hey guys, let me just increase the size. Okay, see, till here, till here it is up to 1000 pixels. Okay, that's why we are getting 4 columns. Okay, now it has become less than 1000 pixels, so we are getting 3 columns over here in this parent, and here we have got 2 columns in this box third row. Okay, now as soon as it becomes more smaller than 1000 pixels, okay, then this here it's going to become less than 700 pixels. Okay, so this is how we are going to get. Okay, but what happens if it is less than 700 also? And okay, we have to take care of that as well. So what we are going to do is we are going to just simply copy this and paste it over here. Okay, and I will say like this. Okay, so this was a code for 700, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to say if at all it becomes less than like 600. Okay, less than 600. Okay, it should have, okay, only one row. Okay, it should have only one row, sorry, one column. Okay, so let me just get rid of this and here it should have like 16. Okay, so totally 16 elements are there, so I want 16 rows. Okay, and here also I'm going to do the same thing. Okay, so grid hyphen, okay, I think this is not required because it is already given, okay, in the previous one. Okay, as soon as it becomes less than let's say 700, okay, it's going to get changed over like this. So let me just save this one, and let's reduce the width of the website. Okay, hey guys, still here, okay, till here it was like above 600. Okay, now it has become less than 600, and we have got our box 1, box 2, box 3, footer, and all the elements which are looking like this, and even the logo as well as the navigation. Okay, you can even change for that code as well. Okay, so this is going to be the entire desktop view. Okay, and this is going to be the mobile view of this particular application. Okay, now if you want, you can go change this logo and navigation as well, and your entire model will be done. But before that, okay, before that, let us come to the third child element over here. Okay, child element. Okay, uh, not the third one. I think this is the second one. Okay, child hyphen two. Okay, these small boxes, all the small boxes. Okay, what you can do is maybe if at all we want, we can give some padding for all the child boxes. Okay, and one more thing what we can do is text hyphen align. You can say justify. Okay, justify will make it look like this, and let's increase the padding to 20 pixels and check. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, much better. Okay, and now let me just remove this background color from this particular thing, and let us put I think here the border is white color. Okay, instead of white color, let me change this to black color. Okay, and so that we'll be able to see all the child elements properly like this. Okay, and now if you want, you can just simply remove the background, okay, and the border. Okay, let me just remove the border property from the parent element. Okay, so that is gone. Okay, and same way dot child. Okay, the all the 4 elements. Okay, because I have given every each and individual border for each every element like this. Okay, so it is going to be like this, but the footer as well as the logo section, they are still inside that particular child itself. So Let's do one thing. Let's keep that particular thing just like this. Okay. And here we have other things. Okay. The child one and all the box. Okay. All the three box has those border properties. Okay. Now, let me do one more thing. Okay. Instead of simply saying box 1, box 2, box 3. Okay. Let me just show you what happens if I change the content of only one thing. Okay. For the first paragraph. Okay. See guys, first paragraph width only changed. Okay. Because height, I have made it as auto. Okay. I have not given any kind of size. Okay. That is not going to increase the height based on the contents of box 2 and box 3. Okay, so that is what happens if you give as height instead of fractional units. Okay, you can decide on these also. Okay, instead of having the height property, okay, matching with one element, you can give auto and it will take the contents of only that particular height. Okay, so this is how this entire model, or you can say the layout, is going to get built. Okay, so let me just increase the screen size and just make it more than 1000 pixels so that you will be able to see the entire layout right now. Okay, so this is the layout. Okay, so this is the layout which we are talking about. Okay, here we have logo, navigation, and we have these 16 elements right over like this. And then just below this we have here box 1, box 2, and box 3. And we have our final footer. Okay, we can make the text alignment in the center, left, or right as per our requirement. And as soon as the screen size starts decreasing, okay, so this is the less than 1000 pixels. Okay, then this is less than 700, and less than 600 is going to look like this. So we have made compatible, okay, for all the devices. Okay, and how to check for all the devices means you can come inside the browser, just hit F12 if you're using a desktop, or if you're using a laptop, function F12 is going to work like this. Okay, and from here, okay, you can decide, okay, what will be the size in Moto G4, okay, Galaxy 5, okay, Pixel 2. Like this, you can change the device and check how it is going to look in each and every device like this. Okay, so let me go to some iPad or something. See, its width is more than 768. Okay, so you are getting 3 columns, and here you are getting 2 columns like this. Okay, then I guess we'll go with iPad Pro. So here we have okay, almost the desktop view itself, because it is 1024. And then Surface Duo, okay, it's going to look like this. And Galaxy Fold, okay, it's going to look like this. Yes. Okay, so according to the screen size, okay, we can check, okay, we can check how our website or app is going to look like. Okay, so this is the absolute basics. Okay, anyone should know if they have to become a front-end developer. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video. Okay, I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe my channel. I'll see you in the next one.